I'm about to show you a blank IPA vowel chart. In case you don't know, IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabet, and the IPA is the most accurate phonetic transcription system we have for human language. We use it to study speech sounds, so it's very useful if you're interested in reducing your accent in a foreign language. The point of this video is to show you something that's going to make the rest of the videos in this series a lot easier to understand. And that is that the shape of this vowel chart and the layout of the vowels that we put on it is not random and it's not alphabetical. They actually designed this chart to correlate to the shape of the human oral cavity. So I'm going to try to draw a face here and it'll be more clear what I mean. There's a chin. By the way, I'm using an app called TL Draw. I'm going to put some of the vowels on the chart now and talk about how they relate to the face and the oral cavity to kind of get you oriented here. When you look at the vowel chart, you should be thinking about the front of your mouth here and the back of your mouth here, and that is labeled unconfusingly, and this is central. So vowels that we put along this line are called front vowels. Vowels that we put along this line are called back vowels, and of course these are central vowels. So that was the front versus the back of the mouth, and now we're going to talk about these horizontal lines. This you could think of as the top and the bottom of your mouth, but really has more to do with the jaw dropping. The placement of the vowels on this chart shows two things. It shows how open your mouth is, and it shows where your tongue is targeting. So, for example, you've got E here, and your jaw is closed, pretty closed. Your mouth is slightly open, but your jaw is pretty closed compared to A. Compare E-a. So your jaw drops when you say A. But for both of these, your tongue, let's do A, your tongue reaches forward. If your tongue is starting here for all of them, it's kind of attached there. And then for E, it's high in the front of your mouth. And then for an oo, which we put here, if it's rounded, it goes on this side, on the right side of the line. So for oo, it's closed back. And you'll notice if you think about it, when you say oo, the tip of your tongue is kind of tucked back here, but the back of your tongue is bunched up at the top of your mouth, in the back of your mouth. So when you say oo, it's high in the back of your mouth. Of course, you've got some central vowels. The schwa is mid-central, so it's just a really neutral vowel. So your tongue is just kind of like, let's do another vowel, aw. So compare ooh-ah, ooh-ah, and then you see that your jaw goes from closed to open. Say ee-ah, close to open. Ee-oo, ee-oo. That's hard because this one's rounded. So if you want to take an unrounded high back vowel, we have here. That's the same thing as oo, but it's unrounded. So say e and then say e, and you'll notice that the tip of your tongue drops down. So the tip of your tongue is down here, but the back of your tongue is up high. It's bunched up, if you can say So what I wanted to do was show you basically the corners of the vowel chart. I had to show you the schwa right in the middle. And I wanted to show you the labels here. Close, close mid. This is mid. It doesn't have a line. Open mid, open. Front, central, back. And we're going to be using those terms to describe the vowels on the vowel chart as we go through in this series. We're also going to be using terms like rounded. That means your lips are rounded. Ooh. Lax or tense is the other one, and that means that there's tension in your tongue or it's in face, and that's compared to lax where it's just relaxed. So E is a tense vowel, and a lax vowel that you could compare it to would be I. So you can feel that. E, I. Can you feel your muscles and your tongue relax? E, I. I hope that helped you understand the vowel chart and how it relates to the shape of the human mouth. And I hope that helped you understand the terminology that we covered, because we're going to be using that in the rest of this series where we go over the German vowel phonemes. We're going to have one video for each phoneme, for each speech sound, and we're going to be using the terminology that we covered in this video. Thank you for joining me, and if you did find this video helpful, please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more.